stopping the video here because the YouTube policies about reusing content.
Over 1 million people have signed a petition to bring Heeseung of Hybe back into group activities. I'm not kidding. They made a petition saying to allow Heeseung to pursue solo activities without leaving Hybe, and they've gotten over 1 million signatures. This community never fails to disappoint. You guys never fail to put on a show. Now, does this mean anything? It could. I'm not going to say it doesn't mean anything. It's not like one of those, totally useless fan things. But I feel like it's already set in stone. I don't think they're going to bring him back. I think they expected this kind of pushback. And Heeseung himself probably expected this kind of pushback. But we'll just have to see what happens from here. Obviously, the fans are fucking outraged. Like, you guys, I see a lot of support, and it's pretty cool. But also, it's like, if this was literally just his decision to go solo, you guys are going to look really stupid. And that is what I'm worried about a little bit. What if he just wanted to leave the group and become solo? Like, if he wanted to do that, you guys look dumb as shit. And you're forcing this man to do something he doesn't want to do. Now, if that's not the case, if there was actually some behind the scenes stuff, you guys, I guess, could be heroes. Since we don't know all the full details, I do believe this is a little bit insane, but it's still pretty cool. It shows how strong, how big the K-pop community really is. So yeah, we'll see where it goes from there.
What's going on in the K-pop industry? 2 weeks ago, it was announced Mano from Katseye was leaving the group, was taking a hiatus from the group. I made a video, you can have a look if you want to. Yesterday, we knew as well Park Jin-yoon, GY Papi, among fans, left his role in GYP Entertainment, but not only that, the 10th of March. And yesterday, it was announced as well Heeseung from Hybe was leaving / got the sack from the band. Look, this screenshot was taken yesterday and it had already 20 million of views in pop base on X, formerly known as Twitter. Lene wrote on her Twitter X account, March 10 is full of crazy announcements in the K-pop world. First, Heeseung left Hybe. Second, P1 Harmony personal Instagram accounts. Third, GYP stepping down as the head director of GYP Entertainment. 4, Hanbin from BI, military enlistment. And 4, Gaon, confirmed as... I can't say that word. I don't know if the last one is confirmed. Another user wrote, Heeseung living in Hybe, GYP stepping down, Daniel being kicked out of NG's seat, Manon hiatus, yes. VP still being a group, what the heck is going on in K-pop right now? The account Empire wrote, Hybe in the past few months so far, New Jeans Daniel removed from Adore and sued for $30 million. Katseye Mano goes on hiatus, likes unfair treatment post, and Hype's Heeseung leaves the group for solo activities at Believed. What's going on? My personal theory is all these controversies in the K-pop industry and the whole entertainment industry 3 weeks ago. The Therians, then Jim Carrey allegedly cloned, that racist incident at the BAFTAs, then Timothée Chalamet talking down about opera and ballet, Doechii, Jessie Buckley and Paul Mescal admitting they hate cats. All of these are all distractions from the island, the files, and the current conflict that sadly a lot of millions are facing right now. Probably, hopefully not, but possibly we will going to face all around the world, if you know what I mean. The video I planned to make, it was completely different, but I was having a look over Twitter, for me it will be always Twitter, and I found this thread. The user Samrin on X on Twitter brought this evening this thread. Heeseung did not make the decision to leave. He was kicked out of Hybe. A very important thread, please read and spread. Go for something to eat, to drink, because this is going to be long. First proof, trying to prove this theory. The original statement of Heeseung's sudden departure from Hybe being posted on the group's official Twitter account instead of Believed Labs, which is strange because every statement regarding the idols will be posted on the agency's account. In order to make the video more dynamic, you can pause the video and you can read the statement. Second, and this is almost a parallelism of what happened with Mano. First, Hybe wrote a statement about Manon's hiatus, and then hours later, Mano herself wrote her personal one. I'm reading Heeseung's statement mentioning that this decision was quote-unquote suggested by the company, and under this you can see an extract from Heeseung's statement reading to approach engines in a better way according to the direction the company suggested. Third, Heeseung saying that he feels greedy, quote-unquote, that he wants to become a soloist, and as well the X account user add an extract from Heeseung's statement. Let's read. Engine. As you all know, I've been working on my personal work, and I've spent a lot of time hoping to show it to Engine. There were a lot of things I wanted to show, but I didn't want to put my greed ahead of the team. Fourth, the statement made by the members being posted on the group's official Twitter X account instead of their viewers, that's the correct pronunciation, which they usually use for similar situations. Fifth, the same statement being exposed as 100% AI after many saying it sounding unnatural. You've got websites, apps that help you to know if a text, a picture, a video are made by AI. Please, don't use AI. Every time a person uses AI, 800 liters of water are wasted. By 2030, we will be running out of water. Please, stop destroying the planet, please. Sixth, someone had allegedly spotted Heeseung crying and fainting in the hallways of the headquarters of Hybe. We don't know if this is true, so this is more rumorology. Seventh, several instances of the members talking about staying as seven, to never leave each other no matter what, many times, even prior to this situation. They've been talking about it. And this is the personal account from some type of app. This is Heeseung's, sorry if I mispronounced that, writing 7 and Hype members. Sung-hoon did an interview on 2025 and he said, "I'd like to see everyone do solo performances later on, while still keeping the team together." Heeseung wrote, "But I am even more excited and thrilled for what's ahead of us. We've already done so many things together, but when I look back, there are still so many things we haven't done yet. So for Engine and Hypen, we'll prepare even more and work even harder, so just follow us. Congratulations on our 5th anniversary," so this is 1 year ago. "Truly, let's spend long happy times together. Bye, Heeseung." 8. All of this occurring during the prime of Hypen's careers as idols, and also before massive events. You can pause the video as well because it tells you how successful the group is, and it's true. They are on their prime, on their peak. And apparently they will be on the Melbourne's Music Festival. And this picture are Hypen with the Mamas award, but the MA are late November or early December, so I don't get it. 9. Hypen World, the band's official game, delaying a new merch event after the sudden announcements of Heeseung's departure from the group. As well, you can pause the video to read the statement. 10th, some have said that Heeseung's handwritten letter wasn't written by him. The handwriting doesn't look like this. 11th, and this is a serious one, the situation being used as a cover-up for Bang Si-hyuk's crimes. By the way, Bang Si-hyuk is a music executive, record producer, and songwriter who is the founder of Big Hit Music and the chairman of Hybe Corporation, one of the 50 wealthiest people in South Korea. This screenshot is from Instagram. Let's read it. Bang Si-hyuk is under criminal investigation for fraud, travel ban, raised 157 billion won in assets seized. He faces life in prison. When executives are in trouble, they create distractions. What I was saying at the beginning of the video. Members changes, fan chaos, anything to shift media attention away from their crimes. His son might have been sacrificed. Thrown out as a decoy so headlines will say his son lives in Hypen instead of Bang Si-hyuk investigated for fraud. This is not conspiracy, this is pattern. Companies have done this before. His son brought sons for us. He promised forever. He didn't want to leave. We cannot let this distraction work. Keep demanding answers. Keep asking why now. Keep singing. Keep sending tracks. If his son was sacrificed for one man's crimes, we fight even harder. And Hype is 7. Not a bargain chip. Not a distraction. 7. 12. Staff at B-Lift Lab being unaware of this decision. 13th, emphasis on quote-unquote the company's suggestion in his letter. 14th, I have lost the original tweet, but an anonymous account revealed that another member could be forced out of the group, leaving Hypen as 5. Every member, especially Nikki-san, Yumbon, and Shuno, are suffering from severe mistreatment by B-Lift Lab. I will try to find the original poster, but this is all I can show. Hello, I won't reveal my identity, but I want to talk about Lee Heeseung's departure from the group. He didn't want to leave. In fact, he was crying in the corridors of the company. It was the company that forced him to leave the group. And yes, it's true that he wanted to be a soloist, but within the group. I fully understand that Lee Heeseung's fans might be sad, so I'm here to help. If there is a way for him to return to Hypen and return to being 7 members, they must protest for him to return. If they keep complaining until the company hears, Heeseung will return. Uploading videos is not enough. They need to send tracks, bring posters, do something extremely large until the company listens to them. I can assure you that it will return if you do all that. Do it fast, now, because I'm not sure, but the company could eliminate another member, leaving 5. They won't do it quickly, maybe in a few years or months, but believe me, protest, and Heeseung will return. Send all engines internationally message to the company protesting because that company is treating the group badly. They are mistreating Yumbon and Shuno, I think Nikki-san too. His son was forced by the company to leave the group. I don't know why they eliminated him, but there is a possibility that he can return. I say it again, I won't reveal my identity, but this info is reliable. I guess you will probably know who I am, I doubt it. But I'm posting this with the intention of helping his son's return. Hurry up, please. 15th, his son's message at the end of the scene. Bunny's promotions. Again, you can pause the video and read, but you've got the most important parts highlighted. 16. And Hypen's manager, Yuki, I've seen videos and allegedly he's so funny. Yaki being seen outside the Hybe headquarters with more than 6 coffee cups. And the original tweet says, someone saw Yuki outside the Hybe building and apparently there is more than 6 coffee cups. But yes, 6 for Hype's members and the other one for him. So... 17. Hybe staff being seen taking photos of the protest tracks. Let's read this tweet. A guy from Hybe is taking photos of the tracks. It's working, guys, don't stop. Zoom to the pictures, and yes, there's a guy taking pics of the tracks. 18. Protest tracks and banners in front of the company. Lucy wrote, some are facing the other direction, but guys, my friend said that staff were seen and whispering how this was crazy. 19. Hybe stocks falling and more protest tracks. This is huge because the only thing the K-pop industry, the entertainment industry, the only aim they've got is money. This user wrote, their stocks won't stop falling. Their building is surrounded by protest trucks. People around the whole world are mad. Their CEO is under investigation for fraud. All of this happened because they decided to force his son into a decision he never intended to make. Hybe, you are doomed if you don't bring his son back. And yeah, you can see the last day the stocks downhill, and another picture proving the protest tracks. 21st, his son's flight to Australia has been cancelled. You can see March, Shanghai, Australia, Li Shushen cancelled, no news from Spain in September. 22nd, and Hypen appearing visibly upset, devastated at their recent online fan sign. 23rd, and Hypen's stylists living with suitcase, but the Twitter has been deleted or is not available. 24th, woof, that's a lot of receipts, text between an account and their friend who is an employee at Hybe. I tried to translate that tweet from Korean to English, but it didn't make any sense. 25th, Believed Love rejecting his son's decision for remaining in Enhypen whilst also being a soloist. Original tweet, and this is going to be so long. Hello, I don't know how to speak English fluently, so I had to translate via ChatGPT again using AI for the detail and right words. But this is what I at least understood from my friend who is an employee at Hive and has asked her colleagues about the truth. This info is not 100% liable, as there could be conflict or misunderstanding, but everyone still needs to find out. He was removed from the group discussions because there were internal disagreements about his career direction. His son wanted to pursue activities as soloist while still remaining a member of the group. However, Believed Love did not agree with that setup. From the company's perspective, they preferred him to stay focused on group in-group promotions because they know how much his popularity and demand contribute to the group's overall sales, visibility, and market performance. His individual popularity has a strong influence on album sales, streams, and even stock perception around the group's activities, which is why the company was hesitant to let him build a separate solo brand while still being actively associated with the group. Because of this, the management reportedly suggested a different option. If he truly wanted to debut as a soloist, it would be better for him to do so independently and separate from the group instead of trying to balance both roles at the same time. This created tension since his son's preference was to explore solo opportunities while still remaining part of Enhypen rather than leaving the group completely. During the most recent meeting related to these matters, his son was reportedly excluded due to the ongoing internal issue and disagreements about his future activities. This situation also connects to what fans are referring to as the Dial tragedy. According to discussions around the issue, that situation was never meant to become public in the first place. The company allegedly wanted to keep it internal because they were concerned that the situation might create too much individual attention around his son rather than around Enhypen as a group. From the company's point of view, one of their biggest concerns is the possibility that if his son were to debut as a soloist outside of Enhypen, his individual fame could potentially grow even larger than the group he originally debuted with. This could shift the public focus away from the group and toward him as a standalone artist, which companies often try to avoid when managing idol groups that rely heavily on group branding and collective promotions. I told you, it's all about money, 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 money. 26. Staff ending calls at mention of his son, and the original tweet is a screenshot from possibly a conversation. They try to cut the call when they see a sign of speaking about his son. 27. Billboard's music article with Believed Love, and let's read this tweet from the account PopBase. Billboard.com published today this. Believed Love shares a new statement about his son's departure from Enhypen. Quote unquote, we concluded that allowing his son to focus fully on his career as solo artist rather than pursuing solo activities within the team will be the most fulfilling approach for both Enhypen and his son. Sure. And Yin, the fanbase, have created this petition on change.org. This is a Melbourne fan project, and Hype is 7. If you go all through all the social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Hype is 7, and Yin are protesting. So what do you think? This is his son's choice? It's all a cover-up for the Hive CEO? So a mixture of both? What do you think?